On to my Aries. So you have the Fool, the Eight of Wands, Three of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords, the Temperance, the Nine of Wands, and you have the Judgment. So what I'm seeing here for you, Aries, is right now, oh, wow. Okay. The Fool, the Eight of Wands, the Three of Wands, and okay. Very interesting. The Fool represents someone else showing up out of nowhere. You know them. You've seen them around. You know them. More than likely talk with them. It could be someone new out of the blue that you don't know, through some sort of social media or face to face. The Eight of Wands, the Three of Wands, that told you, that's going to essentially tell you directly that they like your look, they like your style, they want to get to know you. The Three of Wands, however, is about you, Aries, like, okay, all right, I'll go ahead and let's exchange numbers, but here, I'm going to go ahead and give you my number. Or maybe we can exchange numbers and you call me. Well, it's very interesting because the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands is about how you, Aries, are still continuing to get to know other people, talking to other people. So, like I said, it's a numbers game. So a lot of you Aries are like, you're not just going to stop with them, right? You're allowed to speak to multiple people, especially when first starting out, right? People don't have any kind of promises to each other because the two of you are literally just starting to get to know each other. So the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups, which is a very serious giveaway, you Aries are still speaking to other people, as you should, right? There's nothing wrong with that. And remember, the two of you haven't made a decision yet that as to whether or not y'all are going to become relationship or become a relationship. That comes much, much later. So you can get to speak to multiple people. The Seven of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Temperance now represent. It's a little bit hot in here, but it now represents how a lot of you Aries, what's going on with you personally is a lot of you Aries are trying to see, with all of the options that you have, the people that you're getting to know, you're trying to get to know. Some people are going to choose not to call you. It's cool. It is what it is. We all go through that. Some people will call you, but they will be running game. Like I said, you'll be able to see directly through that. You will know when people are running game, and you will not tolerate it. You'll stop talking to them. The Temperance, because they're not used to other people being aware of when they're trying to get over, basically. So, I mean, this is about, in essence, so far, this is about how you Aries are just going to continue to speak to multiple people. Now, I will say this, though. I will say this. The Seven of Swords and the Temperance does also represent, on another level, the person that you gave your number to. Some of them will be calling you back, right? For the general Aries of you, they will call you back. Okay? But like I said before, the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, you're still continuing to get to know others, right? Because it's a numbers game. Like I said, on one level, it's a numbers game. Why speak to one person when you can speak to 5, 10 of them, right? 15 of them. Not necessarily meaning that all 15 of you are going to be able to go out on a second date or hang out with each other again. But this will be a situation where maybe you may get down that number 15 to about 10 or to about 12, right? Then maybe to 10, right? And the numbers will begin to naturally dwindle down based upon what you're attracted to, the kind of conversations, the quality of the conversations that you and someone or a few people have. If you're aware, right? And if you're over here, you're learning to be better aware. Of course, when you are aware how people say something, but they don't necessarily mean it, or they're saying, or what it is that they're trying to act like they are, who they're trying to act like they are, is not necessarily making itself very apparent. So, immediately, and it takes them a little bit of time for you to understand that they're essentially fronting, they're either directly lying, or they're trying to act like there's something that they're not, and you, Aries, see that about them. And the Nine of Wands and the Judgment, okay? The Nine of Wands, like I said, fake people run the game. Those people are going to be excommunicated very quickly. Like I said, if we're taking that number 15, probably about 7 of them are going to be excommunicated, and you're going to see it very soon, because you, Aries, have been learning. You know the differences between when someone is real and when someone isn't. And then you have the the Judgment, right? The Judgment, different angels, but the Judgment is about so being very much so strategic in the type and how many people you talk to, right? So not just how many people you talk to, the type of people that you're talking to as well. You understand? Meaning that you're going to be looking at them, and everyone is picky to a certain extent. The problem is when a person is too picky. But if you're picky in an area, or I should say in a way that it's picky to get to the important things, then you're in a very good spot. But everyone is picky to a certain extent. That's called a type. That's called preference. So the Temperance, I keep calling it the Temperance because it looks like the same angel on the card. But anyway, the Judgment, okay, the Judgment is also about being able to dwindle down those numbers fairly quickly so that you can actually know. Because when you're dating one person at a time, that can be a little bit of a problem, because it may take a person some time for them to get to know one person at a time than if they get to know 15 people at essentially one time. Of course, just due to the shared numbers, things are gonna taper itself off, right? Or it's gonna become fewer in number due to the fact that when you're doing that, it's not gonna be, you're not gonna be able to get along with all 15 people immediately from the first time each of you hang out. You're not gonna be able to get along with everybody, just off of the rip. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Temperance. Since I keep saying it so much, let's clarify the Temperance then. The Death, Queen of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, to clarify the Temperance. So the Death card, the Queen of Cups, the 7, so I need to actually take it back a card to give this thing some clarification, some context. So the 7 of Swords is about how when you're getting to know all of these people, there's going to be some things that they unfortunately don't necessarily say. And the things that they don't tell you about them, obviously, are the things that would, most people would consider a problem, and a serious problem, a deal breaker as far as a relationship goes, and would seriously not hang out with them in the first place, right? So some people are going to be hiding a lot from you, even from the first time you hang out with them. Now, what I suggest you do, my dear Aries, is try to get someone to hang out with you immediately, okay? That's more than likely probably the best route for a lot of you, considering the fact that, y'all are Aries. Aries it deals with fast or instantaneous things, right? And it would very much so suit you, because right on the spot, speaking to them, getting to know them, and you're like, hey, why don't we just hang out right now? Now to give it some context, right? Because of the fact that some people are obviously going to be hiding certain things, trying to act like they're nice or they're upstanding people, right? Seven of Swords, trying to act like they're nice or upstanding people. The Death card and the Queen of Cups represents how a lot of you Aries are also going to be able to still see straight through that, even though they tried to hide it from you. And you're going to be able to understand that they've got other things going on, and that they're still running game with you. They're still trying. They just see you as being a little bit more aware, but they liked your body. So they thought that they would give it a try anyway, but it's not going to work on you, Aries. Because you Aries are going to see them, and you're going to be like, okay, I'm not hanging out with you again, and stop talking to them, right? The Three of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles is they're going to have to actually be real decent people. The stuff that they're hiding better be just due to the fact that you haven't known them long enough. Because if it's something serious where, the two of you, it would be a deal breaker. It would be something that would essentially break a relationship. If the two of you were to get together over a series or a long period of time, obviously that would not be the best thing in the world, obviously, right? So let's clarify the Nine of Wands now. Let's clarify the Nine of Wands now. So the Nine of Wands, to clarify the Nine of Wands, we have the Page of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the King of Wands. So yeah, I would say because you got the Page of Swords, okay? I said Page of Wands, Page of Swords. I would say take it easy with them and see where they're going to go. See what they're going to do, because now that they are going to be hiding some things. So you want to be able to know if the things that they are hiding is either just regular stuff, and it's not that they're hiding it. It just comes down to you haven't known them enough. So with time and discovery, you'll get to know them in time. Or if they're actively hiding some things that would obviously be a reason to break up a relationship, ask them some questions. Okay, I will say this. Ask some of the people that you're getting to know some questions. Because like I said before, the Seven of Cups, you're talking to a lot of people. You're talking to about, a considerable amount of people. Anything more than one is a considerable amount of people, because you got to deal with unique elements of a person's personality. You got to deal with their likes and their dislikes. You got to deal with their triggers, right? So when you're talking to 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people, you know what I mean? That can, 10 different names, potentially 10 different ethnicities in that regard. One may be Japanese, Chinese, Jamaican, Trinidadian, this, that, the third, you may want to pay attention to that. Now you have the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Now, the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Cups is about, and if they seem to be dysfunctional, then don't talk to them anymore. You don't have to, because you're speaking to so many people enough as it is. That means that you're not meant to be in anything real with them if it's not if you find out some things about them, because some people will tell you some things about them even though it's early. Okay, now if you ask me, I think that's a beautiful thing in certain cases, because then you're able to kind of save yourself the time and be like, oh, word, okay, for real, you wilding out like this? Oh, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce because you tripping, you know. But the Ace of Cups and the King of Wands is also about how, since this is the case, you also want to watch out for if the two of you actually work well. If the two of you work well, or if they are, you know, they talk about money too much, that can make or break a situation, right? So these are some of the things that you really want to watch out for. Pay attention to, because nowadays the way that people perceive a relationship, if you listen to them real well, especially online, people are stuck up. You know, the how people date now are really bougie. Everything is about money now, if you've been paying attention. You know, so many things are about how much money the person makes, and it's like, why are we talking about money all the time? You know, love pays the bills. You know, and that's exactly what I'm writing about in my book. Factually, love pays the bills. And if you're wondering about how much money a person makes, that's a dub, because you shouldn't have to do that. You need to know how to pick better. So anyway, but the thing is that the King of Wands just also represents, and this will let you know if who to keep and who not to. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video. Matter of fact, we can always clarify the Seven of Cups, just to kind of bring it home some more, just to bring it home. You know, just to kind of rein it home. But you have the World, the Ace of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. Right. The World, you have so many options. You can always talk to somebody new. You have so many options, like I was talking about, Ace of Swords. Not everybody you're meant to get along with them, you know. Not everybody you're meant to get along with. The Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, when you're not getting along with the person, you know, simply just leave them alone, speak to other people. Simple, you know. But just keep that in mind, Aries. Don't ever feel like you got to rush to make a decision. Be serious with your intention, but do not rush yourselves. There are more options. Pay attention to those options to make sure if those people are even real to begin with. These are just some tips, so you're able to make better decisions. All right. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. Right now, I'm coming up on 6,700 subscribers. Y'all are out here. Y'all are the best. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, and set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.